Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ellie, what's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm so excited to do this. Everything's up and running.
I think you told me this morning.
This color.
This is our 25th episode.
25th. It could be there's one or two we did in between, like individually, but as a partnership, we are 25 and live.
Baruch Hashem. So the next one is Yud Kei Vav Kei.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Today is we're discussing about rebuilding our homeland.
Homeland. What's that? Where's the homeland? Let's not be confused. It's not America. Definitely not the UK.
It is home is where the heart is, right?
Yeah, but that's not enough. It's Eretz Yisrael.
Right, but that's where the heart should be.
My heart is always in Yerushalayim. That's what I always said to Sadiq.
Even when I go to the States, which I'm doing in about 2 weeks.
Even when I don't live in Yerushalayim, my heart's in Yerushalayim. Divrei Lev Yerushalayim. This week's Haftarah.
I'm a mash.
Shabbos Nachmu.
Eretz Yisrael. So we're going to discuss rebuilding the homeland, but I think one of the things that we need to do in order to rebuild it in the proper way is that we need to have complete and utter achdut between each other, right?
Love.
Yes, I love you too, brother. We need to have achdut with everybody. People who are like us, people who are not like us, people who are religious, not religious. It doesn't matter.
No.
It mamash does not matter, and the whole key is to be able to show those that are not like us the beauty of why we are the way that we are, and in the hopes that they see that and like, you know what? I want to be like that, and I want to be like that in Eretz Yisrael.
Right.
So,
and remind ourselves from the 3 weeks, our enemies didn't make any difference, and they still don't make any chiluk, any comparison externally. What kind of Jew? This style, this tradition. It means nothing to our enemies. All they care, one thing, Yehudim, that we're Jews.
We literally, 2 days ago,
remind ourselves now,
mourned the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. It's been 1,956 years, and it was destroyed because of sinat chinam, baseless hatred.
Yeah,
now,
that's the main reason. And even the one before that also.
We need to have ahavat chinam. So with that, we'll get to today is Yud Aleph Be'av, Shabbat Nachamu. It also happens to be July 15th. Shout out to my boy Yuli Prizant.
August 15th, no?
What did I say?
July.
I'm sorry. Today it's August 15th.
Can you believe how quick this year's going?
It's not normal. Yuli Prizant and his wife Bina, who Baruch Hashem on Tisha B'Av had their first child, beautiful baby girl. Baruch Hashem, they should be zocheh legadleh letorah l'chuppah u'lema'asim tovim.
Amen.
Also,
by the way, in your video, everyone go look at his video on Facebook, Yosef Aron. There's a heart behind us. It doesn't come up on my ones, but it looks like a heart. Look.
Oh, I see that.
Isn't that nice?
That's pretty cool.
It's sweet.
That's a Kodesh Baruch who's showing us love.
Even though it's not a Jewish symbol, but so what? We'll use it for Jewish love.
And speaking about Ahavat Chinam, one of the things, shout out to Shirat David, Shlomo Katz.
Of course. Shout out to Zera
Shimshon.
They're giving us some equipment abilities here. And also, we're upgrading the website. It's going to be more and more audios from the whole Zera Shimshon world. A lot of Yeshua. Everyone needs Yeshua.
Yes.
So check it out, zerashimshon.com.
And I think one of the songs that I learned here in Shirat David is the song that we sing every morning in Shacharit, before Shacharit. Hareini mekabel alai mitzvat aseh.
Shlomo composed it.
Was it Rav Shlomo?
Yeah.
It was.
I think it's his song.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna sing that, and then we'll get into how we're rebuilding. In addition to Ahavat Chinam, how we're rebuilding Eretz Yisrael.
By the way, he donated that song to my United Souls album a while back during the that whole pandemic, and he did. It was very kind of him, and it's still there. It's one of the most popular songs on the whole compilation.
There are like 3 songs that we have here at Shirat David. It's Hareini Mekabel. It's also the tune for Yedid Nefesh that we sing Erev Shabbat.
Beautiful.
And Be'an Arachitz from Birch Shemay that we sing on Shabbat day as well.
You got to come visit Shirat David.
Come check it out.
I don't know how easy you're going to find a place to live here. Because everyone's always inviting everyone to come live here. You know what? That you need to look into. But you know what? I believe there's
start by come
visit.
We say just one chesed, and the Israelis all laugh at us. Ak chesed echad. Start with one. Just
one Shabbos. That's what happened with us.
Come visit one Shabbat, and then you'll.
And who was it by? Yosef Aaron. Remember the beginning podcast I spoke about how we got here. And I had a dream about it last night. It was the beginning of a good foundation with Yosef Aaron and the family, the Aaron family, and then Charles Sakal with the Zera Shimshon and the Shlomo Katz of the community, Shev David. And it brought me more and more to want to live in this beautiful place in Efrat. Now, one of the things I'm hoping is going to be so many people come to live here that's going to spill out to more and more communities like this. So it shouldn't just be everyone needing to squeeze into this space. It can just expand.
That's what Rav Shlomo was trying to do with the Machon as well. Shout out to the Machon, to the 6 families here, a part of the Kollel. Mamash, unbelievable guys, families, really, really, really unbelievable. You guys got to come and check it out. But before we go any further, we're going to sing Hareini. All right, you ready?
Lead the way.
Hareini mekabel alai mitzvah taseh shel ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha Hareini mekabel alai mitzvah taseh shel ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha the founder right here. Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Hareini mekabel alai, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Chaverim kol Yisrael, Hareini mekabel alai. Thank you, Rav Shlomo.
Wow, what a zechut.
By the way, that's complete impromptu. That was not planned by any stretch, and that's awesome.
Awesome.
We love Rav Shlomo.
We love him. First appearance on our podcast. What a perfect moment.
That was awesome.
I'm definitely taking that part out and clipping it and putting it to start with that.
All over the place.
Start with that moment. The heart behind your video as well. It's brilliant.
Crazy.
Baruch Hashem.
Wow. Okay, he just made my day. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So how are we rebuilding the homeland?
So we have to say some Torah because that's one of our foundational points in the Real Kindness podcast. That kindness goes together with Torah, the true kindness, because we've already learned you can do kindness to our enemies and empower them, enable them, God forbid, and we see what kind of mess they make of the world. We have to have Torah to guide us so we don't have mercy on the wrong people. We have mercy on those with das, and das comes from Torah. So one of the things is that in order to conquer Eretz Yisrael, truly, we learn out from Yisrael ben Kanaz, and we learn out from this week's Parsha Moshe Rabbeinu, that it's tefillah, ves chanan, gematria tefillah, and it's Torah, which is the power to reveal that Eretz Yisrael is really, in its panemius, the Rabbi Nachal says, it's filled with Torah. It's a place filled with Torah. Just like we have our portion in the Torah, we have our portion in Eretz Yisrael. And in order to unlock those places in Eretz Yisrael, Yisrael ben Kanaz, through learning Torah, through halachas, through learning halicha, through the Damat Dalan Amishal halacha of Eretz Yisrael, to reveal that kedusha and holiness, you have to learn the Torah. You have to bring it. It comes together. So we can't unlock Gaza, we can't unlock Har Lebanon and all the places up north without the Torah. So we have to keep learning, And that would also be a huge kindness for the world and for.
So I actually learned something so amazing yesterday. It like literally blew me mind. It was a little chidush on the parasha. So we talk about Vayetchanan, right? Sure. 515 times Moshe Rabbeinu daven. Right. What does the Kodesh Baruch Hu say? Ravlach. Al tosef davar.
Too much tefillas.
Too much tefillas. But we also say that the Kodesh Baruch Hu answers every single tefillah. So how can it be that based on the fact that Kodesh Baruch Hu answered the tefillah, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't come into Eretz Yisrael. That's all he wanted. All he wanted was to come into Eretz Yisrael. Why did he want to come into Eretz Yisrael? Because he wanted to do the mitzvot and the halachot shetluyot ba'aretz that you can only do in Eretz Yisrael. So what's the chidush? It says Rav lach al tosef daber. You have everything you need already.
Right.
You have it. Why? Because what's the next pasuk? Alei rosh hapisga. Go to the top of the mountain and look. Right? The Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra says anything that any part of Eretz Yisrael that Moshe Rabbeinu gazed upon became Tulaya Ba'aretz. So the fact, and then I think it's Rabbi Leibele Eger gave a great tip.
You mentioned Rabbi Leibele Eger. That's the one sefer I bought here.
Amazing.
Learning it this morning.
So Rabbi Leibele Eger says
podcast is out. Unity Flow.
That why is it that his tefillot were answered? Because what did Moshe Rabbeinu want? He wanted to come to the land so he can do the mitzvot kliyot ba'aretz. Wow. So he said the fact that Moshe Rabbeinu was the first one by gazing on Rosh HaPisgah and looking at it, anybody who followed him and did the mitzvot kliyot ba'aretz, he gets the schar for it. So because he got the schar for it, it's as if he already went in and he went into the land and he was good. And why was that such a bracha? Because we know that if Moshe Rabbeinu would have entered the land, he would have built the Beit HaMikdash. Eventually, we're Am Kshei Oref, we would have sinned. And if we would have sinned and Moshe Rabbeinu built the Beit HaMikdash, everything that Moshe Rabbeinu does is nitzchi, which is eternal.
Yeah.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have had to have destroyed us and not the bricks and the wood and the stones and the Beit HaMikdash itself.
And what did Moshe care more about?
Am Yisrael. That's all he cared about.
That's his selflessness.
So his tefillot were answered.
That's true kindness.
And all of our tefillot are always answered. We just don't always necessarily see how they're answered. So we always need to look at things in a positive light as best as we possibly can. I thought it was
beautiful. That's a beautiful Torah.
It was beautiful.
And this week, it really is the beginning of the 7 weeks, the Sheva Shabbos of Nechomta. So Sfarim talk about the Keneged the Sfiras Alyonim. These are deep concepts. Rav Sodek and Kavachulu. So this is Chesed. This week is kindness. This week is about how can we turn around Churban. You can't do anything without kindness. Be kind. That's it. That's that. I mean, look, he's so busy. I see him. It's a miracle we've got so much time from you because every minute it's sharing, sponsor this meal for this group of soldiers, this meal for that group of soldiers. My son right now, we dedicate the learning also to Bachis Ben Masha and all the soldiers. They're in Gaza, they're up north. We've said the Torah
to your mom, to my mother-in-law, Ahuva Bat Chana, to my father-in-law, Levi Ben Liba, to my wife's aunt, Rivka Bat Chana. We should all have b'toch sha'ar cholei Yisrael, all the injured soldiers,
all the hostages,
all the chatufim should come home, Bezrat Hashem.
Amen. Bring them home now.
Shlemim and bri'im, Bezrat Hashem. But at the end of the day, we're talking about rebuilding our homeland.
Right.
And the way we do that is by you folks coming home.
That's it.
Like
we need you. I'm not having a full experience here. Like the shul's been empty these few months. Let's be honest. Yeah. Like there has been a minyan, but not like the way. This space, beautiful space, it should be filled up in the summer. You're going off to the Catskills. Come to Eretz Yisrael. Even during war, there are people making aliyah.
He's nicer than me. Mama, she's nicer than me. To me, Catskills, Schmatzkills. Come home. Like, come home. The same HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's providing your parnasah over there is going to provide your parnasah over here. Yeah. You will see the miracles benigle, in revealed good. You will see it. come home. We need you. You guys come home. You come to Eretz Yisrael. The power and the koch that we have as a nation to get the country to go further to where we need it to be in order to have a leader that'll take us to where we need to go. That's what we need. Could you just imagine if 500,000 Yidden decide to come next summer or this summer? We got a month left, 2 weeks left, whatever. Come home.
Also, that will resolve all the politics, all this fight, who's in the army. There'll be so many people, it won't even be an issue. Yeah, we're in the security. Everything will go up. Economics will go up. We have room here. I was just out in the hills. We were in Eitam. You know this place? We went with Rav Shlomo to Eitam. The climax of Tisha B'Av, one of the holiest times of the year. We say Nachem in Shmoneh Esrei. And we're davening Mincha Nachem in these hills. And there's endless space there. Endless. Hills and hills that Jews can go live and populate. We don't have to be in this like property crunch. There's endless hills, endless space. All around it. When I was driving down south with my son, Baruch Yitzhak Ben Masha, and we went off road. And there's just endless fields and hills and mayanot and beautiful waterways and trees, and there's so much space here. We haven't even started. We need to rebuild this land, and that needs people to come and do it and expand the borders, expand the boundaries, get all this bureaucracy and politics away from the situation, and begin through real, sincere neshamas, souls, united souls, coming back to their homeland and doing true kindness and building together, real kindness in a real way that we can make it happen. It's not just fancy and idealism. This can happen right now. It's up to each person himself to make that decision, with millions of individuals deciding such good things, to be focused on this. We'll have a whole different experience in Eretz Yisrael. All our family, our loved ones will be united instead of so separate. And the politics will change completely overnight. All this nonsense that goes on will disappear because it will be a whole different experience. You agree?
I do. I believe that if we have 500,000 Yidden coming to Eretz Yisrael over the next 11 months, 12 months, 2 days ago would be the last Tisha B'Av that we possibly had.
Amen.
I
starts with you guys, man. We're here already.
I woke up. I want you to understand, and you don't believe me, you can ask my wife. I woke up on Tisha B'Av morning to my alarm at 6:30 a.m. and I started crying.
Wow.
Because
there's so much to cry about this year.
I could not believe that I was woken up by my fakakta alarm and it wasn't the blowing of the shofar.
Correct.
And I walked into the bedroom to get dressed. My wife looked at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
No, that's why we need 7 weeks to heal. For one day, we need 7 weeks. And we need more than that. We need 7 years, 7,000 years. We need a whole of history to heal from what we've gone through. But the beautiful thing is, now is the time. Now is the time we can make those changes. And historically, we don't have to be under any nations or under any agendas, or we can become an independently important existence that shines light to the world. We don't need anyone deciding our future.
I was speaking to a buddy of mine yesterday, and I told him, I don't understand. I know I'm going off tangent here, but I don't get it. What else does the Kodesh Baruch Hu want from us? How much more tefillot, right? Vayit Chanan.
Yeah, 550, one more.
People I know that have never fasted on Tisha B'Av. People that never kept Shabbat, never kept kosher, never put tefillin on. We're doing so much. What else? And he said something, and I kind of poo-pooed him at the time, but it makes sense. It's our responsibility is mamash. It's really about the ahavat chinam and showing love. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha af al pi shu lo kamocha. We got to love our fellow Jew even though he's not like you. And I think by doing that, I think that's what's missing. I really do. I think that Be'ezrat Hashem, I can only hope that by this time next year, we'll be dancing in the Beit. In the Beit Mikdash.
Wow, we feel it, man. We got to feel. We got to let our heart feel what's going on. The Nachama will come with that open hearts. That's what Shlomo was talking about. It was a whole different avoda Tisha B'Av, a whole different experience over here. It's all about feeling, just internalizing what we've gone through this whole year. It's been Tisha B'Av Dik. And we need to have a Tu B'Av, we need to have a celebration, we need to have chosnas again, and dancing and happiness and good news. I want to keep waking up to that news of the soldiers. I can't hear, my son with the door knocking, God forbid, and the phone call. I can't even go there. It needs to end. No, it's not just about ending the war. It's about winning the war, being victorious, conquering the land, doing real kindness every day, conquering your sviva with love, with kindness, with truth, with emes,
with Torah,
and tefillah,
more chesed, Torah,
more kindness. This is a world changer. We have to change. This is it. This is real.
With all of you guys, Be'ezrat Hashem, coming to Artzeinu HaKdosha, not just to visit, which is nice, but coming, making this home.
Alavai, my whole family should come visit at least once. It's been a few years now. Ridiculous. Come
on,
Torah, where are you?
Learning Torah, doing just one chesed. Just start with one chesed. Just do one chesed. Spread kindness. Do what you can. Be'ezrat Hashem, this time next year, we'll be singing and dancing in the Beit HaMikdash.
Amen. Amen. Support the Holy Land. That's what it's about. Rebuild it now. Just with one kindness, make the whole difference.
Yo, I didn't expect to get that emotional.
It's good. We had Rav Shlomo make an appearance. It was a big one.